Hare Krishna devotees. So I welcome you all to today's class where we are going to read Isopanisad Sloka number 17. I hope my screen is visible, my sound is audible.
Yes, Prabhuji. All clear.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes,
Okay.
Prabhuji.
So all right. Okay. So today we are going to start Sloka number 17. So let's start with Mangalacharan. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितां च नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे हरे So let's start today's class. In Sloka 15 and 16, what we have read, anyone who wants to speak about that in one or two sentences, what we have learned in Sloka number 15 and 16? Yeah, anyone can unmute and tell one or two points. What we have
Hare,
learned in Sloka number 15 and 16. Yes, Mataji.
Hare
Jaideep
Krishna
Prabhu and
Prabhuji.
Jyoti Mataji. Yes.
Prabhuji, Sloka 16, last point I can add, Prabhuji, that out of three types of people, Jnani and Yogi and Bhakta, Bhakta is the highest position.
Okay.
Prabhuji.
Yeah. Anyone else? One more person was there. One more devotee. One requesting to remove
In
the dazzling effulgence. Okay.
yeah, in 15th that was there. So uh,
Okay.
the devotee was just begging in front of Krishna to
Yes.
remove
So the devotees, so
everything from.
15 and 16, both are devotee is begging to Krishna to remove the effulgence, to give devotee the mercy so that he can see the Krishna face to face. He can have darshan of Krishna face to face. Okay. So that is the points we have discussed in Shloka number 15 and 16. So now we are going to read Shloka number 17. Okay. So completely different from Shloka number 15 and 16. Let's see what is there in the Shloka number 17. Yes, who wants to read? Snigdha Mataji.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
Yes,
जगत
Mataji.
गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। वेदुर अनिलम अमृतम अतेदम भास्मांतम शरीरम ओम क्रतो स्मर क्रतम स्मर क्रतो स्मर क्रतम स्मर सिनोनिम Vayu, air of life, Anilam, total reservoir of air, Amritam, indestructible, Ataha, now, Idam, this, Bhasmantam, after being turned to ashes, Sariram, body, on Om, O Lord, Krato, O enjoyer of all sacrifices, Smara, please remember. Kratam, all that has been done by me. Smara, please remember. Krato, O Supreme Beneficiary. Smara, please remember. Kratam, all that I have done for you. Smara, please remember. Translation. Let this temporary body be burnt to ashes, and let the air of life be merged with the totality of air. Now, Lord, please remember all my sacrifices, and because you are the ultimate beneficiary, please remember I have done for you. Hare
Okay.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you very much. So this sloka, 17th sloka, is speaking about the the dying part, how to leave this body. Okay, and how we have seen the similar sloka in the 8th chapter Bhagavad Gita, where it is written that at the time of death, whatever we remember, we attain that perfection. Okay. Now, this sloka, if you see the translation, let this temporary body be burned to ashes and let the air of life be merged into totality of air. Means the material body, let it be finished. Okay. Now, oh my Lord, please remember all my sacrifices because you are the ultimate beneficiary. Please remember all that I have done for you. So this sloka little bit different. Here the devotee only saying, Lord, that please remember, okay, whatever I have done for you, because you are the ultimate beneficiary, whatever I have done for you, please remember that. So a little bit different than what we have learned in the Bhagavad Gita, but the meaning is same only. And Prabhupada very nicely gives the purport for that for this translation. Okay, so what is the meaning? The meaning of the sloka is like, let the body be finished. Okay, so first thing we should understand this body, what this sloka is going to tell us, that this body is like temporary. Okay, temporary, and it is going to be finished. Let the body be burned to ashes and let the air of life be merged into totality of air. Let this body be finished. What after that? So after finishing this body, after the death of this body, the the final death is, it is not the final death, or it is not the final thing. Okay, the still life after death is still there. Okay, so after finishing this, now after that, oh my Lord, please remember all the sacrifices because you are the ultimate beneficiary. Please remember all that I have done. Okay, so that is the thing. So first thing is that after finishing this body there is life even after that. Okay, so that this sloka emphasize on that. Okay, so first 3 or 4 the paragraph, Prabhupada is writing about this temporary body only. So let's read that and try to understand from the purport part. Okay, yes, who will be who will be reading this part, first 2 paragraph?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
You
can
can
I
raise
read?
your hand and keep it raised so that Mataji can give you chance. Kalpana Mataji will give you chance. So now Rajalakshmi Mataji, you can read out.
Hare Krishna. The temporary material body is certainly a foreign dress. The Bhagavad Gita 2.20 clearly says that after the destruction of the material body, the living entity is not annihilated, nor does he lose his identity. The identity of the living entity is never impersonal or formless. On the contrary, it is the material dress that is formless, and that takes a shape according to the form of the indestructible person. No living entity is originally formless, as is wrongly thought by those with a poor fund of knowledge. This mantra verifies the fact that the living entity exists after the annihilation of the material body. In the material world, material nature displays wonderful workmanship by creating varieties of bodies for the living beings according to their propensities for sense gratification. The living entity who wants to taste stool is given a material body that is quite suitable for eating stool, that of a hog. Similarly, one who wants to eat the flesh and blood of other animals may be given a tiger's body equipped with suitable teeth and claws. But the human being is not meant for eating flesh, nor does he have any desire to taste stool, even in the most aboriginal state. Human teeth are so made that they can chew and cut fruit and vegetables, although there are 2 canine teeth so that primitive humans can eat flesh if they so desire. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay. So this sloka or this paragraph, both paragraph is, first thing is this body which is given to us, that is foreign to us. Okay. So this body is foreign. That's why we give up the body at the time of death. This is not our permanent home. Okay. This is not our permanent. This body is not our permanent body. Okay. Everyone knows that after that we are going to leave this body. So after that we are going to leave this body and take another body again. Okay. And and this material nature gives that body to us. How this material nature gives to us? Due to our desires. Whatever desires we have in the subtle body, whatever desires we have, according to that desires, we get the body. Okay. Like if you see here, if the living entity want to taste stool, is given a body, material body that is quite suitable for eating stool, that is of a hog. Okay. If living entity want to taste stool, then body is given of a hog, that body is fully suitable to taste the stool. Okay. If one wants to eat flesh and blood of other animals, then tiger's body or other animal body is given. So whatever desires we have, according to that desires, we get the body. Okay. That is also written in Bhagavad Gita. That is also confirmed with Bhagavad Gita, and Prabhupada is writing the same thing. Okay. But this human body, if you have been given, okay, and this human form of body is meant for something special, something different, and that special thing is realization of the forgotten relationship with the Supreme Lord. And if we are not utilizing this body, then what will happen? You see here, but the human being is not meant for eating flesh, nor does he have any desire to taste stool, even in the most aboriginal state. Okay. So that is the thing. So we are not meant for that. And if we are utilizing this body for that, then what will happen? The next time certainly we won't get human form of body. We will get certainly the animal form of body, because our desires are like that. So, okay. So like that. So what this human form of life is meant for? Okay. This human form of life is very, very important, because this is meant for the purification of our subtle body, or the desires. Okay. So the desires and the subtle body. So if we are desiring, so if you're desiring for a like sense gratification, for the sense gratification, any sense gratification you take. Okay. So if your desires are of for sense gratification, then what will happen? Then we won't get human form of body, because this human form of body is not meant for sense gratification. Totally not meant for sense gratification. This human form of body is meant for something higher, something realizing the self, okay, or the spiritual realization. And if we have the sense gratification tendency, if we have the tendency of sense gratification, forget about the human form of body. In the next life, we'll certainly get a body which is more suitable for sense gratification of that type. Okay. So so it is very, 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 very important to to purify our desires. What desires we have to purify our subtle body. Okay. Some may think that, okay, now we may enjoy, and later we may think of Krishna and will become Krishna consciousness, will become Krishna, like that. Okay. The thing is, the thing is, it may take like one moment for Krishna consciousness or realizing Krishna, or it may take 1 millions of lifetime, or we may not realize Krishna at all. Okay, like that. So it depends on what thing that will have self-realization, or we will have Krishna consciousness. It depends on what thing. It depends on our approach. Okay, it depends on our approach. Okay, if our approach to Krishna consciousness is very casual, very casual. Okay, we are not at all serious. Okay, we'll do. Okay, we'll take it, like we take it for granted. Okay, like that. If it is very casual, then what will happen? Nothing will happen. The thing which we are continuing again with next life will have some animal body, and will continue like that. Casual approach. Okay, casual approach. And it may take millions of years, it may take millions of life to approach Krishna, to attain Krishna, if that approach is casual. Okay, if we are not serious in our approach, if we are not serious in our bhakti, if we are not serious in our spiritual advancement, then what will happen? Same thing like that we are continuing now, we'll continue again and again, again and again in the next life, next life, next life. We may take animal body, or once we enter in the animal body, again animal body, again animal body, and how many lives we'll take in the animal body, we don't know. Okay. So the thing is, what is our approach? Whether our approach to Krishna consciousness is very casual, or we are very much concerned, we are very much serious, we are very much attentive toward Krishna consciousness. What? Okay. What is there? Okay. So like that. So what is our approach? We may be like very much less advanced now, but if our approach is very serious, if our approach is very um um approach is like if we are taking Krishna consciousness very seriously, Krishna will help. Krishna will give us mercy. Krishna will give someone to us. Krishna will give give someone to us so that he will guide us, so that will advance in Krishna consciousness and reach to Krishna, ultimately reach to Krishna. It depends on our approach. Okay. We have been given this body, and it totally depends on our approach. We have how much lucky we are. We see that we are in Krishna conscious movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started this movement, and we are into this movement. Okay. So that is a very big achievement, you can say. Okay. Now, from now, it depends on our approach, how much we are serious in Krishna consciousness, or we are like satisfied whatever we have got. Okay, like that. If we are satisfied, okay, we have got Krishna consciousness, we have got like we are having classes every weekly, we are sometimes we are reading the books, we are chanting, okay, but we are not at all. Okay, we'll do everything and we'll take Krishna consciousness also, like that. If our approach is like that, then it is very difficult. Okay. So we have to constantly think what we are doing, whether we are advancing in Krishna consciousness or not, or whether this is the end. We think that this is the end only. This is the limit we wanted. Okay, what is that? Okay, so we have to think constantly in that line, whether we want to advance in Krishna consciousness. If we want, then we should have approach like that. Okay, we should be very serious. We should be like very serious. We should be like very serious in Krishna consciousness. Okay. Prabhupada says, later we'll read that seriousness, when we become serious in Krishna consciousness, our Krishna conscious activity will increase and our material life activity will decrease. Okay. We have to do both activity. Okay. As a conditioned soul, we cannot at all leave the material activity to maintain our body. Okay. So two types of activities will be there. One is to maintain the body, one is to maintain the soul. One is for Krishna consciousness, one is for the maintenance of the body, so that we can live. Okay. When our approach to Krishna consciousness is serious, our activity which are related to Krishna consciousness will increase, or our devotional activity will increase, and the activity which is material will gradually decrease. Okay. Now, what condition we are in? We are in a condition where our fully material activities are there, fully material things we are doing, and sometimes little bit time we take out for Krishna, and that is our devotional life. So this much is the material life, and this much is the spiritual life. That is our condition. Okay. If we are serious, if we want to advance in Krishna consciousness, what we have to do is to increase the Krishna conscious activity, increase the services we do in Krishna consciousness, increase the time we devote to Krishna, increase the seriousness we approach to Krishna. We read Krishna conscious book, we read the books which is given by Prabhupada, we chant, we hear the lectures by senior devotees. Okay. We do some services in the temple. We engage ourselves in these activity, our Krishna conscious activity will increase and our material activity will decrease. Okay. So that is the thing. So it depends on our approach, how much advancement we want in Krishna consciousness, whether we want to advance in Krishna consciousness in this life only, or we want to take multiple life, and we don't know how many life we may take. If we are not serious now, there is, so we don't know what will happen next. Okay. So the thing is, we should be very serious in Krishna consciousness. We should be very serious. Our approach should be very serious. Our approach should not be casual. Okay, I've got the Harinam. Okay, we are the tilak, we have kantimala, we have the dress of Krishna consciousness, or the dress of a devotee. Okay, we sometimes we go to temple. Okay, sometimes we chant, sometimes we read. Okay, no, not like that. Approach should not be like that. We should be serious. Okay, and Seriousness, seriousness means our activities which is devoted to Krishna will increase, and our activity which is devoted to the material life will decrease. Okay. Or the material life activity which you are doing, that will be changed to the spiritual activities. Okay. Whatever activity we are doing in the material life, that can be spiritualized. Okay. So that is the thing. That can be also done. So there are the um, these are the things we need to think about when we are pursuing Krishna consciousness. Okay, there is only one shelter in our life. We may think that this person can help us, this person can help us. We may have certain condition in our future life. That's why we are doing. We may have certain different condition, or we may think that this person can help us, this person can help us, anybody can help us. Okay, but the ultimate person who can help is Krishna. There is one shelter. There should be only one shelter. There should be only one dependence, and that is of Krishna. Okay. So that is the thing. Only one dependence. Dependence on Krishna, and Krishna will arrange everything. Okay. So that is the devotee's approach. How devotees approach Krishna? That only Savior is Krishna. There will be only Savior is Krishna. This material life, if you see, is full of material things. The people are fully material. Only Savior for us is Krishna. If we depend on Krishna, Krishna will save. Nothing else can save us. This material life is like full of Maya. Okay. One, like Azamila was there. One time he has seen the prostitute in the different condition with one person, and his life is fully changed. Okay. So how much powerful this Maya is? Okay. So very powerful. So this Maya is very, 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 very powerful. And only one person can be there who can save us from this Maya. And that person is Krishna, because Krishna is more powerful than Maya. And we need to take shelter of Krishna. We need to pray daily to Krishna. Krishna, your Maya is very powerful. Okay. And I am trapped in this Maya. Okay. And I'm praying to you because only you can save us. I'm praying to you. Please give me shelter in your lotus feet. Please take me away from this Maya. Please take us please make me like a dust in your lotus feet, and please let me be under your lotus feet always. Okay, don't let this Maya lure me. Okay, because this Maya is very powerful. Okay, so like that we need to pray to Krishna, and we need to beg for his mercy daily, so that we can advance in Krishna consciousness, so that we can have Krishna in our life. Okay, so that is the thing. Yes, third paragraph, who is going to read?
Bhagirishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
But in any case, the material bodies of all animals and men are foreign to the living entity. The change according to the living entity's desires for sense gratification. In the cycle of evolution, the living entity changes body one after another. When the world was full of water, the living entity took an aquatic form. Then he passed to vegetable life, from vegetable life to worm life, from worm life to bird, from bird life to animal life, and from animal life to the human form. The highest developed form is this human form when it is possessed of a full sense of spiritual knowledge. The highest development of one's spiritual sense is described in this mantra. One should give up the material body, which will be turned to ashes, and allow the air of life to merge into the eternal reservoir of air. The living being's activities are performed within the body through the movement of different kinds of air known in summary as pranavayu. The yogis generally study how to control the airs of the body. The soul is supposed to rise from one circle of air to another until it rises to the Brahmarandhra, the highest circle. From the point the perfect yogi can transfer himself to any planet he likes. The process is to give up one material body and then enter into another. But the highest perfection of such changes occurs only when the living entity is able to give up the material body altogether, as suggested in this mantra, and enter into the spiritual atmosphere where he can develop a completely different type of body, a spiritual body which never has to meet death or change. Here
Okay,
in
Mataji.
the yes. Thank you,
Thank you
Prabhuji.
very
Hare
much.
Krishna.
Yeah. So in this paragraph, we are seeing how a yogi is like from different airs, prana, vayu, and that is mentioned that from one another to he goes to highest, and then he lose this body and goes to the higher planet like that. Okay, higher planet, he gets the body to enter into the higher planet like that, and with the yoga practices he can go to the any planets he like. Okay, but the thing is they can go to only to the material, this material world only, where the material planets only, the 14 planetary system. In 14 planetary system he can go. Okay, but all the 14 planetary systems are all together are in the material world only. Okay, the devotees, don't want to come back to this material world, because this material world, anywhere you go from highest to lowest, it is maya is there. Okay, so that is the thing. So devotee don't want to stay here. They want to go to the spiritual planet, the Vaikuntha planet, the Goloka planet. Okay. So like that. So they want to pierce this and go to the Vaikuntha planet. Okay. So if a impersonalist is there or the Gyan Yogi is there, he just want to surrender to the Brahma Jyoti. He would just want to be he just want to see the Brahma Jyoti. He don't want to remove the Brahma Jyoti and see Krishna. Okay. The yogis, what they want to go to the higher planet, they want to go to lower planet. Okay. They can move up and down. Okay. Like that. But they want to stay in the spiritual material world only. But the bhaktas or the devotees, they directly want Krishna's personal association. Okay. They, the yogis, they are unaware of Krishna's personal the association. The Gyanis, they are unaware of Krishna's personal association. Okay. Who can feel this association? The devotees can feel this association and they want to get that association. So the devotee, they will pierce all the layers of the material planet, and they will go to the Vaikuntha planet where Krishna's Leelas will be happening, and they enter into Krishna's Leela. Okay, like that. So um that is the thing. Okay, mentioned in this sloka, this paragraph is from here.
Shall I continue, Prabhuji?
No one is.
Alka, Hare Krishna, Alka Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Here in the material world, material nature forces the living entity to change his body due to his different desires for sense gratification. These desires are represented in the various species of life, from germs to the most perfected material bodies, those of Brahma and the demigods. All of these living entities have bodies composed of matter in different shapes. The intelligent man sees oneness not in the variety of the bodies, but in the spiritual identity. The spiritual spark, which is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, is the same whether he is in a body of a hog or in the body of a demigod. The living entity takes on different bodies according to his pious and vicious activities. The human body is highly developed and has full consciousness according to the Bhagavad Gita 7.19. The most perfect man surrenders unto the Lord after many, many lifetimes of culturing knowledge. The culture of knowledge reaches perfection only when the knower comes to the point of surrendering unto the Supreme Lord, Vasudeva. Otherwise, even after attaining knowledge of one's spiritual identity, if one does not come to the point of knowing that the living entities are eternal parts and parcel of the whole and can never become the whole, one has to fall down again into the material atmosphere. Indeed, one must fall down even if he has become one with the Brahma Jyotir. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you very much. So here it is written, if you see this line, here in the material world, material nature forces the living entity to change his body due to his different desires of sense gratification. Okay. Different desires of sense gratification. Okay. Imagine now about ourselves. Okay. What sense gratification desires we have. Okay. Even if single sense gratification desires we have, according to that, we'll get an animal body. Okay. So like that. So what sense gratification desire we have? Imagine or think about that. What desires we have? Do we have single desire? We have multiple desires of sense gratification. full of sense gratification desires. Okay, we need to purify that. We are fully in contaminated state. We are like in the lowest stage. Okay, lowest of the lowest. We are in that stage. Okay, never become like too much puffed up that we have become so much materially advanced. We have become so much this, that, we have so many degrees, we have that, this, that, many things are there. Never become puffed up of those things. Because these things only will cause like the ego, that will bring more ego, and that will help us forget that we are Krishna, we are Krishna's part and parcel. Okay. That will take us to the Maya. That is the Maya thing. Okay. So that will take us to the sense gratification part, that we are such a big person, and this person, other person may need to serve us, this, that, I am a very big person, that person. Okay. And we may have many desires. Okay. Like that. Single sense gratification desires, and we are gone. Like that. Okay. So we need to purify that. We need to replace that desire with Krishna. Sense gratification desire, we need to replace with Krishna conscious desire. Okay. We need to serve Krishna. We need to serve Krishna. We need to serve Krishna. I am servant of Krishna. We need to remind that thing continuously to us so that we can serve him. Okay. So like that, like that, we need to think. Okay. It may seem that there are many pleasurable things are there. Everything which is around us is very pleasurable. It may give us very much pleasure, very much pleasure. Okay. But actually these things are in a disguise. Okay. Actually this pleasure things are like how much pleasure it may give us. Okay. But it will keep us away from Krishna. Whatever things will be giving us the pleasure, it will be keeping us away from Krishna. Okay. We need to give certain, we need to do certain austerity. That's why sometimes we give, we do some tapasya, we go for like yatra, we do some ekadashi vrata. Okay. So there's some austerity we can do. Okay. So that we can leave these pleasurable things and we can take certain 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 austerity for Krishna consciousness, advancement of Krishna consciousness. Okay. So it may seem that pleasurable things, the sense pleasure is very nice. Okay. This world is full of sense pleasure. Okay. It may seems like that. Okay. And it will be very luring. Okay. If a sense gratification thing is there, it will very luring to us. We want to taste that. We want to do that. We want to do that. Okay. So it will be very luring. Okay. So, and this Maya is very powerful. Sometimes it may lure us. Okay. So what can be done for that? So for that, we need to pray to Krishna daily. Okay. We need to remind ourselves daily. Okay. Krishna, your Maya is very powerful. Any day, any time, it can lure us. Okay. So be grateful on us, be merciful on us, be merciful on me, so that whenever this Maya comes to me, I will remember you only, Krishna. You are my only shelter. In this way, we need to remind ourselves daily. We need to focus on this thing daily. We need to think about this daily, and we need to approach Krishna in this way daily. Okay. So that remembrance is important. That remembrance is required so that this Maya won't be luring us, because this is very pleasurable world. It may seem like it is very pleasurable one. Everyone is having pleasure. I am not having the pleasure. It may seems like that. Okay. So constant remembering of this fact is important. Okay. So like that.
Hare Krishna. As we have learned from previous mantras, the Brahma Jyoti emanating from the transcendental body of the Lord is full of spiritual sparks that are individual entities with a full sense of existence. Sometimes these living entities want to enjoy their senses, and therefore they are placed in the material world to become false lords under the dictation of the senses. The desire for lordship in the material disease of the living being is the material disease of the living being. For under the spell of sense enjoyment, he transmigrates through the various bodies manifested in the material world. Becoming one with the Brahmajyoti does not represent mature knowledge. Only by surrendering onto the Lord completely and developing one's senses of spiritual service does one reach the highest perfectional stage. Shall I continue, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mother. Continue.
In this mantra, the living entity prays to enter the spiritual kingdom of God after relinquishing his material body and material air. The devotee prays to the Lord to remember his activities and the sacrifices he has performed before his material body is turned into ashes. He makes this prayer at the time of death with full consciousness of his past deeds and of the ultimate goal. One who is completely under the rule of material nature remembers the heinous activities he performed during the existence of his material body, and consequently he gets another material body after death. The Bhagavad Gita 8.6 confirms this truth. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajante tyajantyante kalevaram tam tam evaiti kaunteya sadathat bhava bhavitaha. Whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, O son of Kunti, that state he will attain without fail. Thus the mind carries the living entity's propensities into the next life. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Hare Krishna Mataji. So you see one important line is there. One who is completely under the rule of material nature remembers the heinous activity he performed during the existence of his material body, and consequently he will get another material body after that. So whatever activity we are performing, whatever things we are doing, and whatever how we are spending our time, whatever things we are doing, what it is doing is making a mental impression in our mind. Okay. Whatever things we are doing, whatever things we are seeing, whatever things we are hearing, whatever things we are thinking, it is getting stored in the subconscious mind. It is like a picture. Okay. Picture. Every day, some picture, like something is happening to us, and it is like some reel is moving through our eyes, and we are seeing, and it is getting stored. Okay. It is stored in our mind. We may think that we have forgot the thing, but it is stored in our mind. Okay. Like that. If we see something, like if we see anything like apple, if you see, we may remember thing which has happened like five years ago, something related like that, something like that we may remember. Okay. We may hear a song and we may remember something related to that, something like that we may remember related to that. Okay. So like that. So whatever things we are doing, whatever things is happening, it is making a mental impression on us. Okay. If we are seeing a thing, it is making mental impression on us. If I'm doing certain activity, it is making certain mental impression on us. If we are thinking about something, that is also making certain mental impression on us, and that is being stored in the subconscious mind, and it will come out when like related things happens, or related thought process. Like if you see the mind, it may, like if you are thinking about the apple, now we may think that apple, with knife we are cutting the apple. With knife we can cut certain other things like certain sabji and something. With sabji we may remember something else. With something else we may remember something else, and like that connection can happen, and we may remember something else at the end. Okay. Like that happens. So this mind is like, will be making different connection, and it may remember something else. And everything which we are seeing, which we are doing, which we are thinking, which we are seeing, whatever things we are doing with these senses, it is getting stored in the mind. And that is the work of mind, to store the thoughts which we have, okay, or the things which we are seeing, and everything which is getting stored. Okay. So at the time of death, anything can come out. Okay. Anything can come out. Okay. And things with which we are mostly attached, that will come out certainly. Okay. Or we may see certain different thing, and we will remember something else. Okay. Other than Krishna. We may be feeling pain, and in that painful state, we may correlate with something, and we may remember that thing during the time of death. We may not remember Krishna. That can happen if we are not attached to Krishna. If we are not attaching everything with Krishna, if we are not seeing everything in relation to Krishna, everything other than Krishna can come to our mind at the time of death. Okay. So whatever time we are spending, it is very crucial that we need to remember Krishna, and we need to relate everything with Krishna, that this thing is Krishna. how we can remember Krishna with these things. These things are there with us. How everything is actually everything is part and parcel of Krishna, and actually with everything we can remember Krishna. And whether we are appreciating that thing, that everything is attached to Krishna, and Krishna is the owner of everything, and um, we are just given some quota and we are utilizing the quota, and our main purpose is Krishna consciousness. Our main purpose is to remember Krishna. So everything we can see with relation with Krishna, and we can remember that thing, and we can make a memory of that thing in our subconscious mind, so that anything comes during the time of death to our mind, we may remember Krishna with that thing. Okay. Or otherwise, if you are spending or the wasting times in something else or certain other things which is not related to Krishna, what will happen during the time of death? Anything other than Krishna can come to our mind, and we may get body according to that. Okay. So it is very crucial not to waste time in any other thing than remembering Krishna. Okay. So that is the thing. So we need to remember Krishna always. We need to attach Krishna with everything and seek everything in relation to Krishna. Anything and everything can be remembered in relation to Krishna. Okay. So we need to remember everything with Krishna consciousness. Okay. So that is the thing. That is the point I want to make. Okay. Next, if you see this line, whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, O son of Kunti, that state he will attain without fail. Okay. Thus the mind carries the living entity's propensity into the next life. Okay. Mind, whatever desires is there, that same desire will continue in the next life also. Okay. And according to that desires only, we'll get the body, and to fulfill that desires only, that body will be helpful. Okay. So like that. So purification of the subtle body, the mind is very important, so that only Krishna is there. Only Krishna is there. Then only next life will be of spiritual life, or the life where we are serving Krishna with whether where we are helping Radharani or the gopis for the leelas. Okay. We'll be helping the Gopa boys, we'll be helping different pastimes of Krishna when we are in this way. Okay. When you are thinking in this way. So that is the point I wanted to make. Yes, next paragraphs.
Hare Krishna, Jyoti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Unlike the simple animals who have no developed mind, the dying human beings can remember the activities of his life like dreams at night. Therefore, his mind remains surcharged with material desires, and consequently, he cannot enter into the spiritual kingdom with a spiritual body. The devotees, however, develop a sense of love for Godhead by practicing devotional service to the Lord. Even if at the time of death a devotee does not remember his service to the Lord does not forget him. This prayer is given to remind the Lord of the devotee's sacrifices. But even if there is no such reminder, the Lord does not forget the service rendered by his pure devotee. The Lord clearly does.
Yes, Mataji, read out this one also.
The Lord clearly describes his intimate relationship with his devotees in the Bhagavad Gita 9.30 to 34. Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination. He quickly becomes righteous and attains lasting peace. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. O son of Pritha, those who take shelter in me, though they be of lower birth, women, Vaishya, merchants, as well as Shudras, workers, can attain the supreme distinction. How much more this is so of the righteous Brahmanas, the devotees and the saintly kings. Therefore, having come to this temporary miserable world, engage in loving service unto me. Engage your mind always in thinking of me. Become my devotee. Offer obeisances to me and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So, this sloka says that, or this paragraph says that even if, if when a pure devotee does service to Krishna, Krishna will, even if the devotee doesn't remember Krishna at the time of that, Krishna will remember that devotee. Oh, this is my dear devotee. This has done. He is very dear to me. I'm very close to this person. I certainly want this person into my kingdom. I certainly want to enjoy um, devotional service of him in my kingdom. So he will take the devotee out from this material world, and he will situate him to his into his close association. Okay. Even if the devotee doesn't remember Krishna at the time of death, and he has done the pious or the devotional service whole life into the service of Krishna, Krishna will remember that devotee at the time of death. Okay. Devotee doesn't have to take, like, I'll remember Krishna at the time of that. Though the devotee won't forget Krishna even at the time of that, who has done the devotional service, this sloka says, even if the devotee forgets, the Krishna will be remembering that devotee, and he will take out to his kingdom. Okay. That is the thing. So many times, many places, Krishna is saying in the Bhagavad Gita that my devotees never perishes. Whoever does the devotional service, ultimately he will come to me. Okay. So leave all variety of religion, just surrender to me. I will take off all your the sinful activity, and you will come to me with devotional service. I'll give you the buddhi yoga, so that with the buddhi you can come to me. Okay. So multiple places Krishna is giving certain given guarantee that a person who does the devotional service will come to Krishna at the end. Okay, so like that. Yes, Mataji, Mamta Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Nashil Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains these verses in this way. One should regard a devotee of Krishna to be on the right path of the saint, even though such a devotee may seem to be Durachara, a person of loose character. One should try to understand the real purport of the word of Durachara. A conditioned soul has to act for double function, namely for the maintenance of the body and again for self-realization. Social status, mental development, cleanliness, austerity, nourishment, and the struggle for existence are the maintenance of body. Self-realization person of an activity is executing in one's occupation as a devotee of the Lord, and one performs action in that connection also. One must perform these two different functions along parallel lines, because a conditioned soul cannot give up the maintenance of his body. The proportion of activities for maintenance of the body decreases, however, in proportion to the increase in devotional service. As long as the proportion of devotional service does not come to the right point, there is chance for an occasional exhibition of worldliness. But this should be noted that such worldliness cannot continue for long, because by the grace of Lord, such imperfection will come to an end very shortly. Therefore, the path of devotional service is the only right path. If one person is on the right path, even an occasional occurrence of worldliness does not hamper one in the advancement of self-realization.
Okay, Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you very much. So a person need to maintain his body also, as well as he need to do self-realization activity also. And how much advanced you are in self-realization, the activities of self-realization will increase, the activity of devotional service will increase, and subsequently the activity of material things or the material life will decrease subsequently, like that. Okay. And the line which I underline, it says, as long as the proportion of devotional service does not come to the right point. Okay. So devotional service will increase gradually, and material activity will decrease gradually. Okay. So as long as the proportional devotional service does not come to the right point, there is a chance for an occasional exhibition of worldliness. Until unless we are perfect, we are perfect, we are perfect, we are fully perfect, full material activity we are or spiritual activity we are doing, there will be chances that we may sometimes will have exhibition of worldliness, okay, or the materialism. But it should be noted. So it should not be like discouraged, like fully discouraged. Now there is no chance. No, it should not be like that. So, but it should be noted that such worldliness cannot continue for long, because by the grace of the Lord, such imperfection will come to an end very shortly. Though we may not be very perfect, though we will be very material, will be doing very little devotional services, though we are in this way, if our approach to Krishna consciousness is very serious, if we are approaching Krishna very seriously, we know that this material life is like waste. This material life is waste. Only spiritual life can save us. Only Krishna can save us. Only the savior is Krishna. Okay. If we have this seriousness in this our approach, what will happen? Gradually, this imperfection will come to an end and will attain Krishna consciousness. Okay. So like that. So that is so there is hope is there. We need to reform our approach in Krishna consciousness. We need to think about this daily. Okay. We need to remind it us daily these things. Yes, Mataji, from here, Rajalakshmi Mataji, you can read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The facilities of devotional service are denied in the impersonalist because they are attached to the Brahma Jyotir feature of the Lord. As suggested in the previous mantras, they cannot penetrate the Brahma Jyotir because they do not believe in the personality of Godhead. Their business is mostly word jugglery and mental speculation. Consequently, the impersonalists pursue a fruitless labor as confirmed in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita 12.5. All the facilities suggested in this mantra can be easily obtained by constant contact with the personal feature of the absolute truth. Devotional service to the Lord consists essentially of 9 transcendental activities: hearing about the Lord, glorifying the Lord, remembering the Lord, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, worshipping the Lord, offering prayers to the Lord, serving the Lord, enjoying friendly association with the Lord, and surrendering everything onto the Lord. These 9 principles of devotional service, taken all together or one by one, help a devotee remain constantly in touch with God. In this way, at the end of life, it is easy for the devotee to remember the Lord. By adopting only one of these 9 principles, the following renowned devotees of the Lord were able to achieve the highest perfection. By hearing of the Lord, Maharaja Parikshit, the hero of Srimad Bhagavatam, attained the desired result. Just by glorifying the Lord, Shukadeva Goswami, the speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam, attained his perfection. By praying to the Lord, Akrura attained the desired result. By remembering the Lord, Prahalada Maharaja attained the desired result. By worshipping the Lord, Prutu Maharaj attained perfection. By serving the lotus feet of the Lord, the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, attained perfection. By rendering personal service to the Lord, Hanuman attained the desired result. Through his friendship with the Lord, Arjuna attained the desired result. By surrendering everything he had to the Lord, Maharaja Bali attained the desired result. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay, this this paragraph says the 9 devotional services and gives the example who has perfected his life through the 9 devotional services, like hearing, glorification, remembering, serving the lotus feet, worshipping the Lord, offering prayers, serving the Lord, enjoying friendly association with the Lord. Okay, and finally, the surrendering everything unto the Lord. Okay, Atma Nivedanam. So the 9 devotional services and who has perfected his life through 9 devotional services, that is being mentioned in this paragraph. Okay, so that is these are the activity we need to perform in our daily life, so that our devotional life or devotional activity increases and the material activity decreases. Okay, so like that. We have Jyoti Mataji, can read this.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Actually, the explanation of this mantra and of practically all the mantras of the Vedic hymns is summarized in the Vedanta Sutra and properly explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the mature fruit of the Vedic tree of wisdom. In Srimad Bhagavatam, this particular mantra is explained in the questions and answers between Maharaj Parikshit and Shukadeva Goswami at the very beginning of their meeting. Hearing and chanting of the signs of God is the basic principle of devotional life. The complete Bhagavatam was heard by Maharaja Parikshit and chanted by Shukadeva Goswami. Maharaja Parikshit inquired from Shukadev because Shukadev was a greater spiritual master than any great yogi or transcendentalist of his time. Maharaj Parikshit's main question was, what is the duty of every man, specifically at the time of death? Shukadev Goswami answered, Tasmad Bharat Sarvatma Bhagavan Ishvaro Hari Shrotavya Krititavyash Cha Smrit Smritvasyas Sach Sachata Bhayam. Everyone who desires to be free from all anxieties should always hear about, glorify, and remember the personality of Godhead, who is the supreme director of everything, the extinguisher of all difficulties, and the super soul of all living entities.
Okay.
Bhagavatam 2, Canto 2, Chapter 1, Shloka 5, verse 5.
Okay. So this was the question Maharaj when Maharaj Parikshit met Sukdev Goswami. So Sukdev Goswami, Maharaj Parikshit was very lucky that he knew that after 7 days he is going to die. So he was very lucky actually. Okay, because actual testing happens at the time of death only. Okay, we don't know when the final test will happen to us, when we are going to die, we don't know. Okay, but Maharaj Parishit was very lucky that he knew that when he is going to die, after 7 days he is going to die. So whatever time is left, I'll renounce everything and go to the riverside, and I'll do and I'll try to remember Krishna. Okay, like that. And then when whoever was coming there, whoever great Rishi Munis, whoever was coming there, he was asking the same question to everyone. What was the question? He was asking, what is the duty of every man? Very important question even for us. Okay, or it is for us only. Maharaj Parishit is asking for us only. He's asking, what is the duty of every man? What is our duty? Okay. Specifically at the time of death, he was going to die. He knew he's going to die after 7 days. So he's asking a common question, then he's asking a very specific question. He's asking, what is the duty of everyone, specifically at the time of death? What is the duty of every person? What is duty of us? What is duty of you? What is the duty of every person? And especially for a person who is going to die. Okay. How we can attain perfection during our lifetime and at the time of death. Very important question Maharaj Parishit is asking, and Sukdev Goswami how nicely answered. And what is the answer you see? He answers, everyone who desires to be free from all anxiety. You want to free from all anxiety? Then this answer is for you. Everyone who desires to be free from all anxiety should always hear about, glorify, and remember the personality of Godhead, who is the supreme director of everything, the extinguisher of all difficulties, and super soul of all living entity. Always hear about, glorify, and remember the personality of Godhead. Okay. Simple method to be free from all the anxiety. Whatever anxiety is there in our life, we want to free from that. We want to free from that, especially the person who is going to die. It is for him, and we don't know when we are going to die. So all of us are going to die. Okay, at the time of death, we don't know when the time of death will come. So what is our duty? Always, the word here, always, should always hear about, glorify, and remember the personality of Godhead. Remember personality of Godhead. Hear about him, glorify him. Whoever is meeting, tell them about Krishna. Speak about Krishna. Hear about Krishna. See Krishna in everything. See Krishna in relation of everything. Okay. So that is the duty of everyone. That is the duty of every man which is there in this planet, in this material world, especially for a person who is going to die. How we are going to perfect our life? Very simple one-line answer. Always hear about, glorify, and remember the personality of God. Simple answer. How we are going to perfect our life? This is the most important question of our life, is Parishit Maharaj has asked, that what is the duty of everyone? What is our duty? Our duty is to remember, glorify, and think about Krishna, hear about Krishna always. That is the way of perfection. A very deep question or very, very realized answer is there. Okay. Always remember Krishna, glorify, and think about Krishna. This way we can attain perfection. Okay. So few paragraphs are left only. I think this one too. Yes, Mataji. Prabhakar Prabhu.
Can I read, Prabhuji?
Please read out last two paragraphs.
So-called human society is generally engaged at night in sleeping and having sex, and during the daytime in earning as much as money as possible, or else in shopping for family maintenance. People have very little time to talk about the personality of Godhead or to inquire about him. They have dismissed God's existence in so many ways, primarily by declaring him to be impersonal, that is without sense perception. But in the Vedic literature, whether the Upanishads, Vedanta Sutra, Bhagavad Gita, or Srimad Bhagavatam, it is declared that the Lord is sentient being and supreme over all other living entities. His glorious activities are identical with himself. One should therefore not indulge in hearing and speaking of the rubbish activities of worldly politicians and so-called big men in society, but should mold his life in such a way that he can engage in godly activities without wasting a second. Sri Isopanishad directs us towards such godly activities. Unless one is accustomed to devotional practice, what will he remember at the time of death, when the body is dislocated, and how can he pray to the Almighty Lord to remember his sacrifices? Sacrifice means denying the interest of the senses. One has to learn this art by employing the senses in the service of the Lord. During one's lifetime, one can utilize the results of such practice at the time of death.
Okay. So thank you very much, Prabhu. So Prabhupada is mentioning the fact that one who has engaged himself in the devotional service during the lifetime, he can remember Krishna at the time of death. He can um he can one has to learn this art by employing the senses in the service of Lord during one's lifetime. So during the lifetime only we have to train our senses to remember Krishna, train our senses that whatever we are seeing, it is related to Krishna. How we can train that? We need to develop that thing, that perception that Krishna is related to everything. Whatever things we are seeing, it is related to Krishna. Whatever things we are utilizing, it is for Krishna's service. It is for Krishna's service. We are just for a matter of few days or few years we are here to utilize these things for the service of Krishna. Okay. And we need to develop that attitude that everything is related to Krishna, everything is Krishna's. We are just here temporarily so that we can utilize these things in the Krishna service. If we have this attitude, we are training ourselves in this attitude, what will happen at the time of death? Whatever things we see, we'll remember Krishna with that. Okay. So that is the thing. So we need to develop that art. We need to develop that art during this our lifetime only. We need to prepare ourselves. Okay. We need to train ourselves so that with the training we can pass an exam. Okay. We need to train ourselves daily, every time, every second, so that with that training we can pass that final exam. Okay. So that is the thing. It is being said in this sloka. Okay. With this, we'll end discussion of today's sloka. Okay. So whatever questions, comments, query is there, uh, we can have discussion on that.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Why women are considered as in lower birth? In which angle they are in lower birth?
Why women are considered lower birth?
Yes.
See,
Hmm.
thing is, women are like more attached materially than men. Yes, Mataji. They are more attached to the material things than men. Okay, they are naturally they are made like that. That they are more attached. They have to take care of the children. They have to take care of the family. Okay, so in any, not in the human, even if the animal kingdom or anywhere, if you see, the women will be more attached to the family, to the kids, to the society, materially more attached. Okay, so that's why it is the woman birth is little bit you can consider it lower than the male birth. Okay, because male are little bit more renounced than the female. Okay, so that is the thing.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, Mataji. Okay, we don't have any question, so we'll end the session. Okay, so there's so only one sloka will be left after this. So we'll finish the sloka number 18 after this, and we'll finish the Isopanisad, and after that we'll have the nectar of devotion. Yes. So I hope now the questions are in like MCQ format. So everyone is doing that. Okay, and everyone is having a very nice time chanting and reading Prabhupada books, chanting very nicely, following the Ekadashi Vrata. Okay. So everyone please keep doing that. If how many of you are chanting 16 round? Can you raise the hand? That I just wanted to know how many of you are regularly chanting 16 rounds. So many people we have, so many devotees are very, I can see that devotees are becoming very serious. They are very serious about Krishna consciousness. And Krishna will certainly help those devotees who are very serious. Okay. Krishna cannot like neglect the devotees who are very seriously wants to approach Krishna. So when you are serious, Krishna will also become serious. Okay. So that is the rule. So if you want to love anyone, first thing is love that person first. Okay, you want to love that person. Okay, first you need to love that person, then you can expect love in the return. Okay, so like that. If you want to love, if you want love of that person, any person in the material world, I'm speaking. If you want that, I want that love of that person, then first thing is you need to develop love for that person, then in return you will get the love. Okay, similar in the spiritual world also, or spiritual life also, we need to love Krishna first. We need to develop that love for Krishna first. When we are serious in that way, Krishna will also become seriously in love with us. Okay, so that is the thing. So keep doing your devotional services, keep chanting, and keep reading Prabhupada will come. Please come to attend the class. Please pray for me also so that I can also advance in Krishna consciousness. We have so many association of the devotees here, so many devotees very nicely chanting and reading, so many devotees doing very nice devotional services. I'm very happy in association of you, all of you, so that you are regularly coming and attending the classes. Very nicely you are attending the classes. You are giving me a chance for the service so that I can also purify myself. Okay. So it seems very nice. So thank you very much, all of you. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधु भवेश पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। Okay. So with this, we'll end our session. Hare Krishna devotees.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji. Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.